Excerpts 1 and 2 from the first movement of Tchaikovsky 5 are in 6/8, which is a compound meter. Compound meter is where the beat is divided into thirds and sixths. Simple meter divides the beat into multiples of 2. You can tell you are in compound meter if the top number is divisible by 3. Once you have determined that you are in compound meter, the old rule of the top number tells you how many beats there are per measure and the bottom number tells you what kind of note gets the beat no longer applies. Instead, you must divide the top number by 3 to see how many beats there are per measure. The note value that gets the beat in compound meter is always a dotted something. So the first word that comes out of your mouth is dotted. Then you divide the bottom number by 2 to see what kind of dotted note gets the beat. Excerpts 1 and 2 are in 6/8. Divide 6 by 3 and you get 2 beats per measure. Divide 8 by 2, you get a 4, but you always say dotted first. A dotted quarter note gets the beat. With excerpt number 1, you must, as always, play the dynamics. Especially important are the many hairpin swells in the first 2 lines. Also be sure to give the rests their full value. Everyone cheats the rests. Wait. Be patient. In measures 104 and 105, I like to go to the up bow right away. This makes a very strong sforzando. 1, 2. For excerpt number 2, I would like to make some fingering suggestions for the high notes. For the A, G, F sharp, I would suggest 3, 1, thumb on the F sharp. No, it is not against the law to play a thumb below the G harmonic. Similarly, for the A flat F natural D, I would suggest 2, thumb, yes, thumb on F natural, 1. In measures 259 through 60 and 266 through 67, show the note length difference between the 8th note followed by a 16th rest and the dotted 8th note. I would suggest doing a bow retake for the shorter 8th note followed by a 16th rest, but a hooked bowing for the longer dotted 8th. Measures 297 through 210 use a rhythmic device called Hemiola. I love to say Hemiola. Hemiola is where we take a rhythm that is normally 2 groups of 3 and make them 3 groups of 2. In this case, what is normally 2 groups of 3 eighth notes, in other words 2 dotted quarter notes, is temporarily now 3 groups of 2 eighth notes, in other words 3 quarter notes. Got it? Lots of math. 1, 2. With Excerpt 3, the beginning of the last movement from Tchaikovsky 5, as always, the dynamics are important, and again, give the rest their full value. Wait, be patient. Even 76 is a pretty slow tempo. For the pizzicato passage in measures 16 through 20, I would suggest a fingering where you play 2 notes per position and shift every other note. Shift on all the weak eighth notes. I call this fingering strategy the binary system of fingering. Don't clip the last eighth note of the triplets followed by a rest. Play so that your triplet will go smoothly into the next triplet played by the other string sections. 3, 4. With excerpt number 4, it's all about the dynamics. In measures 168 through 170, be sure to play the 4th quarter notes clearly. Don't neglect them. And be sure to vibrate your arm off on the 8th notes followed by the rests. Also, there is a missing half rest at the beginning of measure 193. 1, 2.